If you're deciding to leave the UK to set up a business in Dubai, what does that look like? What is your comprehensive guide that you can go to at any point in that journey and say, this is my one video, my one-stop shop that teaches me everything. So this is the guide for you that I've prepared, and it's all about establishing your family, your business, and your schooling, your medical fees, your visas, all that stuff, your business trade license, your tax, everything in one video. So I think it's a good idea if you take a pen and paper. So you capture everything down, okay? Pen and paper out, and let's see what we can do. So 2025 step-by-step guide to relocate and establish a thriving business in Dubai with the most dynamic commercial hub, global hub. Why Dubai? It's became a global hub. It is the destination now for most entrepreneurship. If you've seen my videos on my channel, I've spoken about the AI tech boom that's happening here. There is zero tax benefits. Now again, if you have the right company set up in the right free zone, trading in the right manner, you would qualify for zero tax benefits, but that depends on the advice that you receive. So this is something that me and my team would do for you to make sure that your business setup is done in the right way so you can qualify for that. Now, if you don't do it, in most businesses, they have around about $100,000, which is anything below that is yours, you keep it. But now in the UAE, in Dubai, $100,000 above, anything above that $100,000, 375,000 dirhams, every dirham is taxed at around about 9%, okay? So just something to note. It's a strategic global hub, as you all know, and it has an import-export, mega ports. AI is becoming a huge player. You have access to all across the world just by sitting in Dubai, and it's became the single most important emirate city in the world, and it's business friendly. Believe it or not, this is probably one of the most streamlined, ease of doing business emirates that cities in the world that you can do. Not only does it contain world-class infrastructure, cutting-edge technology, and the government here is extremely proactive for you guys to come here and set up business and just go for it, be entrepreneurs. And it's actually designed to support entrepreneurship. This is really the key aspect here. What you need to do here is, if you're sitting this, watching this from home, you're in the UK, you're in the European Union, and you're like, okay, I like the sign of this, I want to set up my business in Dubai. You need to understand what is your business, what is your activity that you'll be doing here, and understanding how does it fit into the market. So what Dubai requires here, regulatory framework, is that you need to apply to one of those business activities that Dubai allows you to do. And these activities range from many different types, whether it be trading, warehousing, consulting, technology, training, hospitality, healthcare, whatever industry that you're in, there's activities involved. So the main thing is that you guys have to decide, first of all, which activity that you fit into, okay? So you can conduct some market research, identify gaps or opportunities, and also, if you would like to cut straight to the chase, you can also contact me and my team, and we can happily support you identifying that and also setting up your trade license in the right manner. So understand what is your business and what is the activity type that we need to match it to within Dubai. After when you've done that, the second step is you need to choose your business jurisdiction, and selecting the right jurisdiction is critical, guys. Critical. I've had so many horror stories because people set up their business in the wrong manner and they would have to reset up their business all over again. Don't let it happen to yourself. So you have mainland, free zone, and typically offshore. This is less likely, but we'll cover mainland and free zone. If you go for mainland, you have full access to the UAE market. And more importantly, the government contracts. Now guys, hint, hint, a lot of government contracts are lucrative. I don't think you want to miss out on this opportunity. And yes, mainland gives you 100% foreign ownership, flexibility to operate anywhere, and it's a higher setup cost, but unlimited, untapped market potential. I always recommend go for mainland. It's more expensive, but it's better off in the long run. Free zone. Now guys, again, 100% foreign ownership, you own it, you don't need any local partners. It's a streamlined process, but it's limited local access. There are many free zones, almost 30, I think it's almost 50 now, specializing in different industries, and it just depends on what you're trying to achieve, what you're trying to do. But again, if you're confused, we will happily guide you in the right setup. Most cases, we always like people to set up on the mainland because they want government contracts, and this is a very popular one to go for. And of course, if you want to open up a physical store, mainland, you also need a mainland trade license. So trade license and activity type, okay? And offshore, it's ideal for asset holding, but this is not something that I've noticed a lot of investors go for. Mainland and free zone are your most popular options. So step number 3 is select your legal structure. Is it a limited liability company? Is it a free zone entity? Is it a branch or a representative office? And each structure will impact you in the you know, liability exposure, licensing requirements, ownership rights. And if you're unsure, feel free to contact us. We will happily support you and guide you. This is not so much important. The main thing is that, do you have one shareholder, so one owner, or do you have multiple shareholders? That kind of stuff. So we'll guide you along that path. The next step would be to obtain your trade license and your name, and making sure that you can reserve your business name. Sometimes the business name that you're looking to reserve isn't available, or sometimes it gets declined for many reasons, because we have to follow the regulatory framework here, and we have to comply with it. We would put in your reservation for the name, and if it's approved, bang, you can proceed with the next step. So the main thing is that we don't want a trade name which is offensive or religiously, you know, it can cause turmoil or any political harm. We don't want to infringe on existing trademarks. It must reflect what kind of business activity that you're doing, and it should not be implying anything, you know, nefarious or anything bad. We want to be respectful to the culture that we hear, and most importantly, respectful of everyone's business needs here. Okay, so we would apply for the trade license, and then based on that, we would get it set up. Okay, so that's step number 4. And step number 5 is that once when we go through that process, the trade license is reserved. You get issued your license certificate, etc. And then you can start securing your residence visa, your work permits, all that stuff that comes in. So we can do the setup for your visas, we can do the setup for your all that stuff. We would require some documents from your side, passport photo, maybe some master's certificate, bachelor certificate, complete a medical test, and you'd obtain your Emirates ID. Now, guys, the good news is that to obtain all this one piece, the only mandatory thing is that you have to fly into the country once to get your medical test done. And we can get your medical test booked, done in the same center within a couple of hours, so you can just walk out and enjoy the rest of your holiday or fly back out. You can do this in one go when you land. You can do it in many ways. So again, we would guide you. Contact me or our team, and we will happily support you to ensure and get set up in the right manner. Some of you might require a physical office space. So when you've registered your company, you might need to set up a physical office. So there's many different options that are available. We would help you again to guide you what type of store you need, storefront, Dubai municipality, registration, approval, compliance. It's a little bit of a complicated, more situation, but still you can do that. Now guys, you're going to ask me this question. If it's an online business, what do I need? Free zone. Free zone. We don't need to complicate it. That's all you need. If it's a physical store, you want access to government contracts, Mainland. Simple. You don't need to set up a physical store, bricks and mortar store, but that's the option it gives you. Okay. Complete your registration, and that's it, and you'll get access to some other stuff. Other thing is that you would also be required to fill out a tax number. We would do that again for you. We'd register you so you're of the FDA, so you would be tax compliant to make sure your business is legally set up. The other thing is that you can set up a bank account and manage your finances. The required documents are typically your passport, Emirates ID, trade license sometimes, but in most cases your visa, your Emirates ID, passport is good enough. That will do the trick. And the banking will allow you to start trading here, conduct business effectively, and you get access to the financial infrastructure here. There are so many companies in Dubai. You can look at the numbers here. I think the main one is the 0% income tax. I think that's the big one there. And your path to success starts here. So the main thing I'm trying to voice from this is that I understand the UK is not very efficient now for doing business. I do not mean that in any disrespect to the residents in the United Kingdom. However, we keep getting approached by UK citizens that want to set up business here. And you're looking for a step-by-step guide that shows you how to do that. I hope in this video I have explained that. And more importantly, if you need a trusted person that can set up your business license, trade license, visas, Emirates IDs, to get that all done, we would do that for you easily and effectively. We've done this for many other businesses already who have set up shop here, and they are trading successfully. And also they're buying properties, they're going and branching out their operations into other different categories. All of it is good. The main thing is that you start somewhere and you get going. So if you want to move from the UK to Dubai, rewatch this video, understand what's required here. My contact details are below. You can drop me a WhatsApp if you would like, and me and my team will happily talk to you. We'll book a consultation, talk to you and see what you need, and we will do the entire process for yourselves. Typically speaking, to set it up, we're talking about Mainland, we're talking about roughly, free zones, roughly around $10,000 is what we normally talk about here for the free zones. And when it comes to the Mainlands, depending on how it is, can go up a little bit, $15,000 to maybe $20,000. It depends on the setup. But the main thing is that when you get set up in the right way, you will be fully compliant, fully legally set up, conduct business freely with an open mindset, knowing your structure is set up the right way. None of the authorities are going to cause you any problems. You're compliant and you're governing yourself and your company by the rules and regulations of the Emirate. So many of you have, you could say, been set up in the wrong manner, and then you fall for the traps later on. So don't go for that. We're here to support you guys. I've been doing this for the last 10 to 15 years. This is a passion of mine. Investments, business setup, property management, AI tech setup, all of this we support your companies on to make sure that you can become the success that you've wanted to be. So guys, contact us. The link is in the description below. Click on it. Let's have a conversation. Let's see if this is a good fit for yourselves. And don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, and click the bell icon so you're notified of all my videos I'm publishing on a daily and weekly basis. And as always, thank you so much for watching.